Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Biking with Campbell. Today we are looking at the CFMOTO800MTX. Now I only had a very quick ride on it, but I do want to share my thoughts with you. There aren't many reviews online, so this might still be of value to you. Anyway, so I had to do a little introduction to this. I'm going to do good, bad and the ugly. I wasn't going to, but I've had some thoughts on the bike since riding it. Before we get into that, I'd just like to introduce you to my new studio space. It's a bit of a work in progress, so hoping to have something a bit more interesting up here. Just so you know how unflash this is and how small my studio is, so having two studio spaces. Here's the old studio space. So there it is. Hey, it's still over there. Got a new computer set up and what have you. And yeah, anyway, so that is my new studio space. Now I've got to make sure I don't get this camera. Anyway, without further ado, here is my very quick look at the CFMOTO800MTX. Check it out.
All I want is the perfect unicorn. All I want is the perfect motorbike. Power, sound, excite, no ride race, just raw delight. Lean, cheap and super light. All I want is the perfect unicorn. All I want, all I want, all I want.
What I'll do is I'll put it in standard mode for you.
Yeah. So standard's got a little bit of TC and a little bit of ABS and stuff, is it?
TC, full ABS.
Oh, okay.
And just have a play.
Alright. So now, where am I going? I'm going down there?
Down that, through the gate that's open, and then just wiggle down this side,
yep.
Up around, and then just do a few laps, go for it.
Alright, cool man, thank you.
Just remember those tyres are quite road orientated.
Yep.
If you break it, you buy it.
That might be a good excuse for my telling my wife, oh, he fell off, I have to buy it. It's a long way out. That'll have to do. A little bit jerky off the bottom of on this first gear. It's a bit snatchy, but so's my Africa Twin, so very, very firm suspension. I'm used to my Africa Twin, which is like a bloody couch. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, it does go sideways with the traction control on, which is good. It felt pretty good when that engaged. Didn't suddenly have no power. Oh, that's good. That's pretty cool. Not like not like that NX. That was like the NX was only a bit of a hassle on the road when you're taking off from lights, trying to take off from the lights really fast. It's reasonably easy to manoeuvre. Still feels like a huge bike. It's not like it feels. Oh, come on. No. Second, no. Okay. It's not like it. Yeah, it's not like it feels way smaller than the Africa Twin.
Oh, whoops. I can't get this into second, eh? My lever's probably in the wrong place with my great big huge boots on. We call it, maybe do one more lap after this. I'll call it quits though, because I'm going to try and go faster and faster probably. Maybe second. Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, ABS is kicking in pretty quick there. Whoa! You can get it pretty sideways with this traction control. Oh, whoops! Oh, that's quite a nice bike. Be interesting to see what it would be. It's quite hard to get into second. Still not in second. No, does not want to go into second. Oh, there we go. Now, how does one turn this off? Here's a question. That way. Now, is it going to stand up on the grass? Is the thing.
At this point, I decided to see how difficult this bike would be to pick up if I were to, tip it over in a typical riding scenario. So I decided to lean it over as far as I could and get a bit of a feel for the weight. No doubt about it, when I did, it definitely gave that sense of being very heavy.
No.
Okay guys, I hope you thought that was useful. It was a very short clip, just a few runs around that little paddock, but I still feel like I kind of gleaned quite a bit of useful information from that. So I'm going to just do a good, the bad and the ugly, but don't stress, it's going to be a very short and succinct one. Let's dive into it with the good. First of all, the ergonomics are good, feels good sitting, feels good standing. It was immediately comfortable, felt very natural to me, so thumbs up on that. The suspension. Now, whilst the suspension felt very stiff to me initially, you have to remember that I've been on my Africa Twin all day, and that's a bit of a marshmallow. So yeah, it was a little bit of a culture shock just jumping on the CFMOTO, but I think the suspension is really good. As I went around the paddock a few times, like halfway through my first lap, I'd forgotten, stiff suspension. I'd completely forgotten about it. So yeah, that's not something to worry about. Don't think it's a bad thing. It's going to make it a lot more controlled when you're going at pace on the road or off-road. I really feel like it's going to be really controlled. It's not going to dive a lot under brakes, not as much as a lot of adventure bikes do. So if you like to kind of get up it on the road, you're probably going to really enjoy that. Power and torque. Now it's got pretty much the identical motor to the original KTM 790. I believe they've increased the flywheel weight or the crank weight a little bit just to sort of smooth it out. But yeah, same 95 horsepower, peak horsepower, and yeah, same 87 Newton meters of torque. Now the 790 motor is, I think, renowned for being a little bit revvy and making a lot of its power like further up the rev range. But what struck me is how much punch it had off the bottom. Felt very similar to my Africa Twin. My suspicion is it will probably feel a smidge quicker. I think it has that same punch off the bottom that my Africa Twin does. But as this is a revier motor, I think it might have that little tiny touch more excitement as you're kind of revving it out. The other good things that hit me immediately is how unintrusive the traction control was. So the traction control was on standard settings. I didn't notice it doing anything intrusive, even on road tyres, on that grass. And yeah, which is, sort of begs the question what it's actually doing, but at least it wasn't annoying and chiming in and cutting the power and random stuff like that, so that's great. Overall, I thought the slow speed balance felt really good. Bear in mind that this was a very tight, windy course, and I literally just jumped on the bike. So if you can ride a motorcycle this slow with this much confidence straight out of the gate, it's probably pretty well balanced. Those low slung petrol tanks might have helped with that a little bit. Fit and finish seemed really good. Didn't see anything that stood out as ugly. So CFMOTO, I think their fit and finish and probably their build quality is really good now. Now the price on this thing is absolutely amazing. $15,990. That is exceptional value. Now when you compare that bike to the base model 890, the CFMOTO is $11,000 cheaper than that motorcycle. And then if you start adding in there like extra electronics pack and stuff like that that KTM offer instead of just giving it to you like they should, but yeah, if you buy their extra stuff, you're looking at another $2,000 on top of your base price for the 890. That means the CFMOTO is $13,000 cheaper than the base model 890. And best of all, the CFMOTO probably comes without chocolate cams. Cool. Let's get on with the bad. First of all, it's got a slightly snatchy throttle from closed. A lot of new bikes suffer with this. Once again, it was one of these issues that I only noticed in the first sort of 2 minutes of riding it. I think I was like halfway through my first lap and I'd already forgotten that it had a snatchy throttle. Yeah, on a course like this, obviously I was using the clutch a lot anyway, so that might have masked the issue. And also too, I think intrinsically I'm just having ridden the Africa Twin, which also has a really snatchy throttle, and just used to kind of feathering that clutch all the time. As I say, didn't really notice it after a very short time. Another negative was it still feels like a really big bike. I guess I thought, you know, people rave on about the low slung tanks and how that makes them feel lighter, but to me it really didn't feel any different. It's not too surprising. This bike weighs in at 220 kilos wet. It's only 10 kilos lighter than my Africa Twin, so you're not really gaining very much there, I don't think. Another issue was when the ABS kicks in, really kicks in like quite hard. It's got quite sort of serious pulsing at the lever, and not all ABS systems do that. The Honda that I rode, the NX500, which is, you know, in theory a more budget bike, with more sort of basic kind of ABS, even braking hard on loose gravel, that wasn't, you know, pulsing. So this pulses. That was a bit annoying, but in all fairness, I didn't have any issues with the ABS coming on just riding normally around there on the grass, with fundamentally what are kind of sort of road biased adventure tyres. Okay, now on to the ugly. Now there's really only one ugly on this bike that I found. Obviously it was a very short ride, didn't have time to pick up on any niggling kind of issues that I might have had. And that issue is the fact that whilst the CFMOTO800MTX has a button on the handlebars that allows you to immediately switch it into off-road mode, switching off both the rear ABS and the traction control, for some incomprehensibly baffling reason, they did not stick one on the CFMOTO800MTX. I'm mind boggled. Every single reviewer that reviewed the 450MT shouted out hallelujah at the fact that it had a button on the handlebars, just an instant switch off of all these irritating modes, so you don't have to menu dive and scroll through menus, because for God's sake, I'm on my motorcycle. I don't want to feel like I'm scrolling on a phone, and yet they didn't do it on this. Yeah, I'm baffled by it. Anyway guys, Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. I am so close now to my 1,000 subs, so if you enjoyed this, subscribe. There'll be more content. I'm hoping to do more motorcycle reviews. I think that's the thing I enjoy doing the most, and certainly seems to get the most views. But anyway guys, remember, God bless and ride fast, take chances. Biking with Campbell. Bye. Okay. We'll see you later. You can go now. Thanks for coming. See you all later. Come back again, you all here. Cheers.